Welcome to the Cosmic Archive, a living legendarium of a million worlds. I am Lore Master Leonis, your humble scribe and archivist, and the curator of this fine establishment. This, as I just said, is not my normal style of content, nor is it really the style of content I'm aiming to make primarily on this channel. I wanna make lore videos for video games and IPs that I enjoy. But this video is going to serve both as an experiment and also because I thought I had something I wanted to say about the subject that I haven't heard anyone else say. So I felt it was important enough to say and then give a style of input that I don't think I've seen anyone else do either. That just to kind of put my own spin on things with this. As you can see in the background, I'm going to be reacting to a video, the most recent Skybrows video. It is called Crybrows and is primarily a reaction to Pippa. Now, the nature of the experiment I mentioned earlier is I hear a lot of people, primarily on X, but on other platforms as well, there's complaints that if you just, react to something or put a bigger content creator's name in your content that, oh, you'll shoot up to the stars and suddenly everyone will see you. So I'm a very small content creator. I have 16 subscribers. No one cares about my existence and I'm nobody. So if this works, then those people have a point. If this doesn't work, then I suppose, at least for myself, I'll know that that's simply not the case. But also, as I said earlier, there's a few things I want to say regarding the video that I haven't heard anyone else say yet, and I think is important enough to say, and something I can contribute even if no one sees this. So first, we're going to go with some context, what's going on here. I've seen several guys. I'm not going into this blind. I've seen this video many, many times from many, many, many reactors, and this is why I can say that with confidence that I've not seen the angle that I'm thinking of, and I think it's important enough to say to do it. But first, we'll go ahead and watch this, which is the... It's the thing Skybrows is reacting to. So this is Pippa giving her opinion on Skybrows based on what looks to be relatively limited exposure to it, to his videos. So then he makes the other video. So we'll watch this first for context.
Next, I'm just thinking, by the way, have you heard of Skybrows? He makes music videos using AI. His most famous is Breathing Elon's Musk. He made one with you and called it Redacted. Skybrows? Oh, yeah, I've seen this shit. Chat, I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry. But I think this shit gay as hell. I think this stuff is really dumb. You're in Redacted, yeah. I don't...
By the way, it's completely fine for her not to enjoy a particular style of content. And she's making it down here that this just isn't something that she finds particularly attractive to her as a form of content that she would enjoy consuming. And that's completely normal. People are going to like things. People are going to dislike things. It's just the way of the world.
I don't understand. I got tagged like crazy when I'm in this one, like somewhere, yeah, like over here. I got tagged like crazy. It's like, what the fuck? Bro. You just watched a dog and a baby and a rocket. Yeah, that was dumb too. I'm not like, oh, this is dumb, you shouldn't make it. But I don't understand why like people hype it up and tag me in it. Why did I get tagged like crazy in this? Not like my sophisticated cat gun videos. Nobody's tagging me in a bunch of cat gun videos. It's funny because
everyone should tag her in cat gun videos now.
Here's the Elon one. People unironically love this shit. Joseph, thank you. I like Gossip Goblin stuff. You're not in cat gun videos. But even if I was, we're tagging.
I actually think that's a good point. She's not in catgun videos, so why would anyone need to tag her or feel the need to tag her? And she's saying, but even if I was, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people would probably tag you if they put you in something. I've seen a lot of creators who were put into the video we were watching a few minutes. They reacted to it not because it was a Skybrows video, but because people told them, hey, you're in this, hey, you should check this out, you're in this. So I imagine that's pretty common, and that would happen if she was in a catgun video.
You're doing catgun videos now. I don't know. I think there's also just something that puts me off about this, where it feels like, how do I word this? Doesn't this kind of give like the vibe of like kind of like grifter tech bro? Like they're gonna, like this guy's gonna start putting out like a meme coin and he's gonna try rug pulling or something. It's sending those signals in my brain. It's sending those signals in my brain, chat.
I also think it's important to note that, because I haven't seen anyone else say this either, is just she's not actually accusing him of being a tech bro who would do a rug pull. She's saying that the content gives her the same feeling as the kind of content that crypto bros who do rug pulls tend to make. She gets the same sort of feeling that she gets out of that same that other type of content as well. So something about it is triggering her pattern recognition as a person, and she's perhaps a little uncomfortable with it as a result.
Wow. Feels like it's gonna shield meme coin 100%. Yeah, it's unsettling. It is.
There you go. She said it's unsettling. So yes, it probably makes her uncomfortable.
Oh man. That kind of vibe. Some of the shots look really cool, but I don't know, man. Big Bad Beard, thank you. Speaking of AI, how has NeuralViz been? NeuralViz. Gotta love the same exact melody, copy, and paste in the entire song. Environmental hazard, thank you. Gojo or Sukuna? Is this Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't know. I don't know enough about Jujutsu Kaisen.
I also don't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen besides domain expansion is a thing. Don't know anything about the story.
This is referencing shit that probably did those shots better. I don't know, man. I feel like a show coin. I feel like a meme coin is on the way. I don't know. It's just setting off alarm bells. It's setting off alarm bells to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm getting kind of like.
I also want to point out she did say there that she could be completely wrong. She could be wrong about this, which is good because she's acknowledging this is like a feeling and not necessarily like a logical thing that's turning her onto this. So it's totally possible that she's off base here, and she's acknowledging that.
How do I word this? I'm getting kind of like, I don't want to call it like grifter burnout. But like, my like grifter senses have been like tingling more and more, I guess, lately. Like, it feels like people, how do I word it? It feels like there's a lot of people coming out and acting very performative more and more lately, and they're sort of like everything's a grift. I mean, I think like to some extent, right? But I feel like some people are. Everything feels like Candace Owens now. Nathan Summers, I give it $2. Grifter fatigue. Everything.
So in fairness to her, there have been a lot more grifters online lately, so that's fair. That maybe she's seeing a lot of that, and she's being a little more sensitive to it than she might have been maybe a year ago or so.
Everything feels like Candace Owens. Does that make sense? Do you guys remember when Candace Owens first popped up and everybody was like, okay, I can see right through this. But now everything feels like Candace Owens. And you're like, what? Like, there's a very, I don't have the words to explain it, but there's like a very clear, like, shift. And shitification. They enshitified our grifters. Scurophobia, thank you. Limp Bizkit, futurism, where everything's fucked and everybody sucks. I don't know. I'm seeing it with like a lot of VTubers too. So maybe that's what's like sort of putting me off more too. Maybe this guy is authentic. I don't know. But he rings those alarm bells. It's like I'm just gonna let this play in the background. Nah! Next I just
Okay, so that was her initial response to it, and then this will be his response back. So I'm gonna do what I've seen some other folks do, which is to play this through once with minimal interruption, and then I'll talk about it more in depth. I think what I'll do is, rather than just going back and replaying it again, I'll just go to the spots that I want to talk about in the video and talk about what I'm seeing. I'm doing that for the benefit of anyone who sees this first through me, which, again, I have 16 subscribers, so probably not. I'm probably one in a bajillion of nobodies, so we'll see. We'll watch through it once, and then I'll kind of go back and comment on some stuff, and then I'll have some closing thoughts at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple points on this more in like, I guess, a more traditional sense of talking about kind of this as a response. This kind of just, this gives me similar vibes to like Machine Gun Kelly trying to make a diss track about Eminem, and then Eminem coming back and responding in a way that was very, very like big, difficult to come back to. That had a very different tone than this, but in a similar fashion, this is two creators who are who kind of like are reacting to each other, and she had probably an overall negative reaction to him. She was very kind about it, but she didn't particularly like his content, and he is coming back here and reacting in a much more positive way. And I think there's a lot of signs in this video that he's at least a fan of the based Pippa persona that is all over the internet with all the clips and stuff. She said that that's not really who she is before, and I haven't seen enough of her I've seen enough of her streams to necessarily call that out. I don't really consume streams much myself. I consume the YouTube content more than anything else. But there are things we can go in here and see. Like, this is a piece of her personality here for sure, where she's like, here she says, Pippa, don't play, and that is very much she's very down to earth. She's like, I'm not gonna waste my time on like all this extra stuff. I also kind of like this gangster kingpin design he's got going for this here. Obviously this is a nod to his other video she reacted to, which is the Cream of the Slop video. This, I don't know how to do frame by frame. I'm an old man. This section here with Moonjaro. I like this. I like the design on this and everything. And I love how the sort of aesthetic here of the stock market and messing with the stock market through the use of ostensibly the crypto coin that he would make if he's one of these crypto bros. I'm actually not sure who all is in this shot, but I suspect that either this is that these two are either just relatively generic characters, or this would be like Pippa, Tenma, and I know there's another one that hangs out with them. I want to say Lumi, but I don't think that's it. And so this would be like the other two big names from Phase Connect, I would assume. Although that doesn't really line up with the earlier shot. Or maybe the later shot, is it? Oh man, this is going... I want to say it's like, isn't it J goes... Yeah, J... J? No. So J does what? Jumps back a whole bunch, so that's not helping. I don't know. There's buttons that are supposed to go frame by frame, and I'm not seeing them. This... I like his little RGB. One of the other guys I watched called this, like chroma artifacting or something like that. That might not be the right name. I don't think that's the right name. But I do like that style. I suspect this is not the amount of monsters this man actually drinks, but if it's anything close to this, sir, please hydrate yourself. You got the... I'm going to call this... I'm going to say this later when I'm talking about this too. This character... This is basically Donald Trump, but this character with the glowing eyes is Donald Trump with the glowing eyes. I always refer to it as God Emperor Trump, because in Payday 2, there's a mask called the God Emperor mask, which is just Trump's face with like glowy burning eyes. I don't know what else you would call it. I was actually not really involved or around or seeing a lot of stuff around Haktua Coin, but I did hear about it. I know it was kind of like dumb, and she's talking about Owens here. It just does not want to... There we go. So I remember when people thought that she was maybe like someone with good points, and then it fell apart really, really quick. Oh, I actually did miss something over here, which is So this is Lusty Links. This is one of the other VTubers that reacts to Skybrows a whole bunch. I missed that, so I'm going back to it real quick. I like this fight with Joe Rogan, and specifically I like I don't know if I can get the exact pause where I want it, but here she just rips his wig off, which I kind of like this. I think it's kind of emblematic of removing the fakeness of something that maybe she regards as fake. I have no idea what Pippa's actual opinion on Joe Rogan is, so I'm not trying to cast any aspersions about that, but this feels pretty funny. It's like she's like, you're not supposed to have hair, and she just rips it off. I saw this guy's reaction to the video, which I thought was really interesting. I don't remember his name, and I feel really bad about that. But I think he's the only one I watched who actually had zero idea that he was even in the video at all, and was just like thrown a punch from left field to find out that he was. So I'll let you exist, but why are you Manjaro got me pissed? And again, this idea of like Manjaro controlling the market. I'm not gonna play. This is why I didn't jump forward. This, for anyone who's not aware, there's a stream where Pippa was playing. I want to say it was Benny Foddett's Getting Over it. I'm pretty sure it is. And she fell pretty far, and she screamed at the top of her lungs, "I'm going to burn down a fucking Walmart!" in Minecraft. And so this is obviously like a nod to that. And I suspect, although it doesn't quite look like it in this image here, I suspect this is the rifle she's about to use in the next cut here. So I'm thinking she got that from the Walmart and then moved on to this. What was something else I wanted to react to? Oh yeah, this is easily like my favorite part here. Just I kind of want to hear it again. By the way, I also really love that the way he does the audio here, that whole like that like that he does here is like reminiscent of the fact that she's starting up a chainsaw, and so you kind of get that that audio effect to jump in with this. I also really like this design.
Ripper rabbit with the homicidal habit. Where's that wood chipper? One sec, let me grab it. Rebrand this mess. Don't stand.
So another thing I think is the case here, I'm not aware entirely, but I've heard a couple of the other VTubers that reacted to this. They mentioned something about we put in the wood chipper feet first. So I'm guessing that this isn't just like her killing Pepe for no reason. I imagine there was something in one of her streams that probably has to do with this, and she was talking about perhaps how she would prefer to deal with PDFs. I'm gonna have to actually censor that word now. I'll actually have to edit this in some capacity to censor that word because it's not a word YouTube likes, I think. Love this design. So let's see. And then she's jumping around here. Is there anything else I really wanted to... I suppose I should go through the group of people. I know this is a VTuber, but I don't remember the name. I've not really seen any of his stuff. I did want to mention, I did watch Leaflet's reaction to this, and she mentioned this as well, that when she jumps out here, this entire time she's on the attack, and he doesn't actually attack her back. He dodges and tries to get away, but he doesn't actually attack her here in any way. And then we'll go into this All-Stars section here, and I'll tell you who I know, which is not most of them, so... I've seen this guy around. I don't know his name. I have no idea who this is. This looks like it's maybe like another AI created avatar for maybe another AI creator. I'm not sure. But it has a sort of like 3D look to it. That I might be completely off base on that, by the way. I have no idea. I don't know who this is or who it's emblematic of. That is Kitsune Mizuki. I do watch her content from time to time, so I know who she is. And of course, Nux. And as I said earlier, only one who does not send hearts, because again, this is not his vibe. And this is Leaflet, of course. And another thing, the same guy who pointed out the artifacting I mentioned earlier, also pointed out something that I never would have noticed that he had. And he's a film professional of sorts, which is just that at the very end of this segment, if you notice, after she does her little twirl and everything, right before she fires the beam, all this stuff in the background for like exactly half a second to 1 second, somewhere in there, just gets really, really fast for just a brief moment, and then she fires, which kind of adds an extra visual oomph to it. I didn't notice that before, but I'm glad that guy showed me that, because I'm like, oh, you know what? I never thought about that, but there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm kind of curious what kind of prompt you put into an AI to have it do that, because I have no idea. I'm only just starting to play with AI myself. This guy's name is Feeblemind. I've never seen his stuff, but I saw like 20 people call him Feeblemind, so I assume that's his name. I don't know who that is. That's Hassan's dog. I want to say Kaya is the name of the dog, yeah? I saw this guy's reaction, but I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name either. This guy's name is Night Owl, I'm pretty sure. I saw a couple people mention his name, but I've never seen any of his content. He's new to me. Now this guy, I'm actually incredibly grateful for Skybrows for including this guy, because then I went and I checked out his reaction and ended up checking out his channel. His name is Lord Intellectual. I like him a lot. I don't agree. Oh, my ass. Come on. There we go. Where were we? I accidentally clicked the wrong button on my mouse. I have a thumb button that's like go back a page button. I think this is actually, yeah, after him. So this guy, I'm actually grateful to learn about. If we can go back, come on, man. Stay on the thing I want you to stay on. I don't actually agree with all of his takes, but he's very good faith. He's very, very good faith. I don't think we've. To me, this guy's a breath of fresh air. I don't agree with everything he says, but like he really, really tries to give everyone the floor, to give everyone the chance to be heard, to be able to talk in good faith with one another about things in the world. And I haven't seen that in a long time. I think instead people just bite at each other's throats and don't really like. You got one side that I think feels just fatigued at being yelled at, and one side that just feels like a moral superiority, maybe. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say that. I'm not sure what words to use, but they have different feelings about the same things, and they both seem to be tired of each other to a degree. So there's a lot of throat biting and not a lot of real discourse and discussion. I'm very glad that this guy is bringing that in with his channel. Again, yeah, his name is Lord Intellectual, and if you like that kind of thing, then you should definitely check him out. I like him a lot. This is another one that I feel I need to mention. This is Amelia, but based on the design and based on Powder's reaction to this video, I think this is specifically Powder's version of Amelia that she used for her model. I saw this guy's reaction. I don't remember his name though. This guy, I think he was called the Gaming Syndicate, and he has the starter frame for him, if I can get it. Ah, no, the eyes in the starter frame are really good, but also the Fractured Heart is very cool. This is Ember Paradox. She's a bigger name. I've never really seen any of her content, so I don't know anything about her. She was in the theater of people in his last video too, the Amelia one. I don't know them. I don't know him. I don't know her, and I don't know her. This guy's name is Griffin Knight, which stuck out to me just because like it's a big fantasy name, and Griffin is, I don't know, that just stuck for me. He also did a reaction. I don't know them. I don't know if the guy who shot the bullet there, I'm not going to try to go back and get the exact one frame his face is on. I don't know if he is anybody. I've actually not seen this freeze frame in anybody's react. So there you go. Maybe I'm the only one who managed to get this exact freeze frame. So maybe. But this is Banana Juju. I also like, I've seen a little bit of her content. I don't see a lot of it, but she's in kind of the same circles of a lot of the people I do watch, and they generally regard her very well. So she seems to be a pretty chill person. I've actually not, this is interesting. I've actually not seen this still shot before. I like the arrow actually has a heart shape to it, and you got this looks like it's one banana, not two, which I kind of thought this was going to be like two bananas stuck together, but it's one. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Usually people get let me see if I can get it. Usually people get this shot. This is the shot most people manage to hit. This or the frame right before it. I'm never gonna get that frame again. I saw that guy reacted, but I don't know who he was. This is Lusty once again. I assume this is Harambe, but I don't know if that's accurate, and I have no idea who this is. I've seen this guy come up now that he's been in this, but I don't remember his name, and I haven't watched his react yet. but I know he has one. I'm told that this is representative of another AI artist that does similar work to Skybrows. Don't know this one. This, oh man, I remembered her name and now I'm forgetting it. But she does. She's got a Clippy image because she's part of that movement to tell people to stop taking away ownership, which I like a lot. But she breaks down the Skybrows videos and tells you all the people who are in them and whatnot. And then I'm gonna just skip straight to the end over here. I do like this shot though, where she's kind of looking up and going, "Oh, maybe you're not just some nobody." It's one of the reactors I heard label this as like, "Oh, I'm in danger." She's not though. This is funny. No matter how many times I see it, this is still gonna be funny. What I think is really cool is this, and this entire thing has been a diss track for Skybrows, and he's been dissing himself using Pippa's voice the entire time. And right here, he turns all of it back like a reflection spell back on her by doing this. And specifically by adding this quote. To use her own words to reflect it is like a beautiful synergy. Now, I'm gonna go back through this one more time, but it's because I've got one more thing I want to say about the videos, and then I'm gonna close off with a statement, and then that'll be that. But I'm gonna start this by saying I do not think this stuff I'm about to say is at all the artist's intent. I don't think this is Skybrows' intent. I just saw this and kind of thought, like, this is sort of my own internal brain view of this, is I'm kind of looking at this as like, right here, Pippa is in her own world, her own universe. She has not entered Skybrows' universe yet. And she continues to be in her own universe. Maybe this, I did notice this looks very Made in Abyss. I'm not sure why this is here. It doesn't line up with my with what I'm about to talk about, but maybe she's moving through worlds to get to Skybrows world. I don't know, but because I also kind of think then you go here and you get to see Skybrows walking around, and this strikes me as like almost like a space station outside time where the creator creates his universe, and this is his creative space. And then here, this is the screen through which he is able to view the universe he's created. I'm not claiming this is his actual intent in showing any of this. I'm not in this man's brain. I don't know what he's thinking, but this is just kind of what I got out of it, what I thought of it. I like to build stories, and so I'm kind of building a story out of what I'm seeing here. So he's like sort of the creator of this universe, and he's viewing it. She's still, at this point, I think she's still in her world, unless this is a reference to another anime that I'm not aware of. But I think she's still in her world here. And then this is where we get this kingpin design. And I think this is important because Pippa is the biggest talent in Phase Connect. She is queen of her world, in a way. She's not necessarily like actually making all the decisions company-wise or anything. I don't want to allude to that, but she's the big boss VTuber of her circle. I think the only VTuber that might be bigger than her in her circle is Fillion. But Fillion is independent. She's not part of Phase Connect. So in Phase Connect, at least, she's pretty much the biggest name in Phase Connect. And so you get to kind of see that, like, I'm the boss character, and she's the boss of her world, and she's going to come to Skybrows world. You know Pippa don't play. Best bunny so based like that. Here, she's still in her world, and you're seeing more of this sort of kingpin persona. This reminds me a lot of the bunny character from Zenless Zone Zero, the judge. I forget her name. But she's got her sort of like dance along characters here and whatnot. I'm not sure that's emblematic of anything specific, but here this is like as the queen, she's making her judgment and she's declaring her intent here. So now she enters Skybrows world. Now she's here in Skybrows world, and for the rest of this, we're going to see her fight through everything in Skybrows world to get to him. So you see him. I like to imagine here, he's realized that someone from another universe has entered his universe. And now he is acting to try to fix this problem because she's causing chaos in his universe. She's not supposed to be there. And again, by the way, this is not a, this is me creating, like crafting a story as I'm watching through this. I don't think this was the artistic intent behind what Skybrows is saying. I'll say this a bunch of times. I just want to make it super duper clear. I'm not trying to speak for him or anything. And certainly I don't think he thinks Pippa doesn't belong in his fandom or anything like that. That's not what I mean to say by all of this. I'm just saying, this is kind of the idea, is he kind of gives me the vibe of like a creator deity maybe, who's realized that something from another universe has entered his universe, and he's kind of like panic responding to it initially. So then she's here, and I guess she's helping some folks. I'm not sure where this fits in Skybrows' universe, if I'm being 100% real. Oh, you know, I could see this. She comes here, and it's just the first time she gets to see that other people from a multiverse that she's kind of sort of part of are going missing because Skybrows is sucking them all up and putting them in his videos. So now she's missing. She's the newest missing link to this situation. So now we're seeing like all the big characters that are here in the universe, and I'm guessing probably aware at some degree that Pippa's here, and sees her. Maybe I guess not someone they want to be around. Again, this is you got the Elon Musk boy. I'm calling him Musk boy because I don't know what Elon Musk is his actual name, but the version of him that exists in Skybrows world, not the real version. And you got your God Emperor Trump, and then you have very uncanny Candace Owens, your Hawk Coin, and then she's actually fighting with Joe Rogan here, this is kind of a bizarro world version of Joe Rogan, and so she's fighting through him. This is another fight she has to do to get to Skybrows. And so what I think is happening here is you're seeing him manipulate through whatever this is, chakras, or I don't mean to be flippant about that, by the way, but I do know that there's a stereotypes that exist with this. I don't know if Skybrows is feeding into that or not, but it kind of strikes me as like sort of anime chakra key type abilities. This makes me think of Naruto, like the hand symbol situation. And so so he's manipulating the stock market through that. And then of course, what do you do if you go to alternate bizarro world and you see the thing you said you were going to burn down and you know it won't affect anything in your world? You burn it down. You know, she might have also, it might not be the rifle she grabbed from there. It might have actually been the chainsaw she grabbed from there too. I don't know. And she already has said her piece about this. So again, we're in bizarro world. Why not, right? Like you just take these people out on your way to the big target. I'm not sure if there's anything to the bunny girls. I think they're just generic bunny girls. This is, I didn't mention it earlier, but this is obviously Bad Bunny at the, I hate that word escaped me, Super Bowl. That's so, can you tell I don't watch sport ball? I don't watch sport ball. So This is obviously Bad Bunny at the sport ball game of all sport ball games, and I heard there was a lot of controversy around that. Didn't watch it myself, so I'm not really going to comment on it. And here she, we get to see what she would look like as a serial killer supervillain kind of character. And I'm gonna say, for the sake of the story I'm weaving, that she's found a target that reminds her of a problem in her world and has decided to fix the problem. But this is just another entity she's going through on her way to Skybrows. So here, I'm not sure if this thing behind them is the other side of the moon or the sun. It looks like a sun. I think maybe they're fighting on the surface of this moon now after the car exploded in the last one. And this is like, for her, this is like the final boss she has to fight to get past all of this. This is like the universe defender level boss, I guess. Because she's kind of more out in space and not as down to earth as everything else. And also, she's like the least human character. She's a robotic cat girl from Elon's Musk, so she's kind of like the least human character. So it seems appropriate to be like the last thing to me that she has to get through as like a fight to get to. I don't know how this would fit into my little narrative. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, again, I'll say it again. I don't think this is Skybrows' intent. This is just me talking about what I'm seeing and hoping that maybe this is entertaining for somebody. So here, I would say she's entered sort of the creator's dreamland. She's moved past Skybrows universe. This is now like the dreamscape construction area of new parts of the universe that she's entered. It's like an area between the universe and the outside of the universe, sort of space station zone that the creator creates from. And that's where she is here. And even though we're going to see another clip of her fighting the cat girl, I'm actually going to skip ahead. We're going to see another scene of her fighting the cat girl here. I think this happens prior to the breakthrough to the dream world. I'm going to skip ahead a bit just because, like, I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to leave it largely untouched, but I'm going to have to maybe cut 1 or 2 words out that I said that were no words. And then here, this manifests as her jumping through his laptop. She's now, I'm gonna try to get a better frame. There we go. She has now completely exited his universe and has come to fight him directly outside of the universe. And then, of course, we go through all the cameos. They all form this big dragon thing that comes forth to help him. And then we have this whole bit. And so this is like, I think this is him just, it is what it is. He's doing his best to make amends. Like, look, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't know why, we have to fight. Let's be friends, kind of a thing. And I'll end this piece of review on that. I don't know. I just, this is a style of reacting to the content that I haven't seen anyone else do, so I wanted to give it a try. I love to take things and create narratives out of it. And for the umpteenth time, I don't think that Skybrows, that what I said, any of that was Skybrows' intent artistically. I don't speak for him. I don't think I know what's going on in his mind. I'm literally making shit up. So the last thing I want to say that I thought was actually very important to say, and I might be late for this, I don't know. At the time of posting, or at time of recording at least, as far as I know, Pippa hasn't responded to this video. And I just wanted to say you shouldn't expect her to. There's a couple of reasons I think that's the case. The first one is she has made clear that she does not like this kind of content. It's uncomfortable, uncanny to her. She doesn't really want to consume this kind of content. So it's not really I would say you shouldn't expect her to force herself to do something like that if she doesn't want to. But also, something I haven't heard anyone else say here about this that I think is really important to say is just I can't believe I've yapped for a fucking hour, but um, the other important thing I wanted to say on this is just I to watch this if I was in her shoes, I'm I would be looking at a bizarro world of myself, a bizarro world version of myself, because I think Skybrows here has probably shown pretty strongly the version of Pippa he sees in his own mind. And that's never going to be the you that exists inside of you. You know, it's going to be the you that you see. And it's easy to talk to people about those differences, but to see it displayed before you in visual motion, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that that's necessarily hard to do, but I don't know if I would be able to necessarily look at that and come out uh, a little bit different on the other side. Not like major changes or anything. I don't think this is like something that would destroy your ego or anything like that. I just think you are definitely looking at a bizarro mirror of yourself, and some folks they don't like that. They don't enjoy seeing bizarro mirrors of themselves, and so it's another thing I haven't seen anyone really say. And maybe it's because most people would think that this isn't even an issue. You should easily be able to react to this. This isn't even a problem that most people have. Maybe I'm just like the weird one. But that's just was my thought. And since no one else said it, I figured I should say it. Um, so I'm probably going to cut the second react, which is basically all the same stuff everyone else said through for this. This went almost an hour, 51 minutes. I don't know if I want to upload a 51-minute video on this. We'll see. But the intention is to put it up relatively unchanged. But it's long. I yap. I talk way too much. Anyway, that'll be this. That'll be that for this video. I guess if this shows up on your feed, if the experiment works and you see this and you like it, maybe hit the subscribe button. This is not my normal kind of content. I don't normally do this kind of stuff. I normally just play video games with my friends and post VODs and occasionally shorts and long form videos. And that's about all of it. I haven't even finished most of the series I started, and I don't know if I will on some of them, but it is what it is. So if you liked it, though, do like it. I do want to know if you like it. If the experiment fails, then I was never here and you never saw me. Bye bye.